Can we skip to the good part? Hello. I am RV Alistair, author of Blue Lights, A Little Broken, and more. There's always more. Uh, and today, we are going to talk about what causes readers to skim. You know, when you're just like glossing over the words till you come across something that's just like, zing, okay, I'll pay attention, and then continue to gloss over the words because why? As a reader, I am definitely guilty of skimming. Not as much now as I used to in the past, but whew, definitely guilty of skimming. And things that would cause me to skim were a lot of exhibition. Like, why are we still talking about this instead of doing this? So, whenever I would see long periods of time that it seemed like nothing was happening, I'd start skimming. Um, for a long time, whenever I didn't see dialogue, I'd skim. Again, not anymore, but when I was like in middle school, high school, I was skimming. Um, Anytime the story would just lose me, and I was just sitting there like, okay, like, when does it get good again? I'd skim. I even used to do this thing. I had to do this in order to get through all the Twilight books, where I would like be reading something, and then I would get bored. So then I would like grab a chunk of pages and skip them, and then I will read something on a page that I am so not on and be like, oh no, what happened? And then I'll like go back to the page that I was originally on to try and like motivate myself to read faster to go figure out what just happened. But skimming is something that we kind of can't avoid, but it's something that we can try and help manage. Because when you are writing a story, when just about every word counts, it's going to be hard to skim. This goes back to something I was talking about the other day when I was talking about tight storytelling. Thinking about what actually matters to the narrative. What am I writing and why am I writing it? We don't need fillers. And saying that we don't need fillers does not mean there can't be any fun chapters or fun moments. Yes, we can have fun chapters. We can have fun moments. We can have fun chapters that are still doing something meaningful to the story. Not just random beach episode in the anime. Because why does every anime have to have a random beach episode? But this random beach episode comes with a purpose. We have to. Now I'm thinking about the random beach episodes in animes. My Hero Academia. We're here to remind you that these are kids that we're dealing with. These are high schoolers, high school freshmen at that. Like, these are kids. And they need time, they need moments to just be kids because they are living in a world where they have to grow up so fast. So, random beach episode in My Hero Academia, random beach episode in Oron High School Host Club. We are so not talking about that. Actually, the realization of who we are and how we cannot dismiss certain parts about us. And also trust, and also writers of Oron, like, we just gonna glance over episode 8. Like, that didn't happen. Did he do it on purpose? Or was there a point? Was there not a point? Is he a bad guy? We don't know. Oron High School Host Club. Very cool anime. A lot of fun. Episode 8. Yeah, anyways, we can have these episodes, we can have these chapters where we are having fun, but the fun needs to come with a purpose. There needs to be a reason why we're here, why we're experiencing these things with these characters. If not, then I'm going to assume as a reader you are wasting my time and not valuing the time that I have. I said the other day that, like, I have been in more recent times DNFing farmer books than I have in the past. I always felt like I had to, like, commit, you know? Like, I started reading it, I could finish reading it. Not anymore. There are so many books out there in this world. So, what, make sure what you have to say actually matters and actually keeps the reader interested. Don't waste their time. Don't waste their time. You need to make sure, and well, we were talking about bingeability yesterday, make sure it's hooking, it's interesting. You don't give away everything right away. Because if you tell me all of the answers in the first chapter, why am I still reading? What's the point? I already know exactly how everything works. I already know who this person doesn't like. I already know who this person does like. I know all of this because you told me all of this. It takes the fun out of reading when you just tell everyone everything. So activate skim mode because I'm just trying to get through this at this point. I've already figured out the plot line, I already figured out the story, I already figured out the mystery. Because you gave me too much information too soon. And you didn't allow for me to figure things out on my own because you, as a writer, didn't trust me as the reader to be able to put two and two together. For me to be able to remember something that happened in chapter 2 and then connect it to something that's happening in chapter 7. But your readers, they got you. I know you did not become a writer because you wanted to just tell people everything. You wanted to become a writer because you've read books that made you experience things, that made you feel things, that made you wonder, that made you think about it even after you closed it. Did any of those books tell you everything? Did any of those books make you feel like you were wasting your time? So don't do that to other people. People's time, people's attention is valuable. Our attention is so valuable that we are having so many people fight for it. YouTube, the tickety tockety, all these websites, all these apps, all these advertisements, they're all fighting for the same thing, our attention. Our attention is the most valuable thing. And if you can get somebody away from this digital world, unless they're reading on Kindle, away from this digital world and into a book, and you can hold their attention, you're doing them, yourself, and everyone a favor. But if you can't, then know that you have something to work on. And that things you have to work on might just be restraint. It can be difficult to not give everything away right away. To not just like jump right in and be like oh hey, this character has this personality, they're this kind of person, they're da 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 da. I see it happen a lot actually where a writer will on the first place tell me everything that I need to know about this character. And then that means that like on page 1 I get to determine whether I do or do not like this person. And I didn't get the chance to get to know them myself. I think about when you are meeting someone new and let's say you're having a friend introduce you. Do you want your friend to be like oh hey, this is Bob works this job, Bob did this, Bob has this backyard trauma, Bob has this scar on his left kneecap from this story. And Bob's favorite color is yellow. Bob's favorite food is this, that, and the third. Okay, have fun talking with Bob now. Do I really need to talk to Bob? Like, you just gave me the whole summary on Bob. What what do I have to say to him? What do I have to get to know? So, info dumping. That's the term. Ha ha ha. Info dumping. That's the thing that can cause skimming, because it feels like when you are giving a front load of information, that the information may not actually be that relevant. It's like trying to cram for a test. Like, you can't just put all of it there in the front and then expect us to actually take it in. So, I gotta go fix my mommy's scar. I do things like that. Um, Skimming. Something that we've all been guilty of. But in order to stop people from trying to scrum your work, just make sure that every word matters. And when I say every word matters, I mean that every sentence is driving your plot forward, driving character development, relationship development, is giving us something. Because flowery language that is describing something that doesn't matter to the story can get skipped, even if it sounds pretty. Copy and paste it, put it in the folder of pretty prose that you wrote that don't really matter, and use it later in a place where it does matter, in a place where the description of the garden actually helps the storyline. But don't think of it as a waste of writing, as a waste of words, as a waste of time. Because until you hit that publish button, this is practice. And it's practice and should remain practice until you feel like you are ready to hit that publish button. Anyways, this has been the inner monologue. I am RV Alistair. I am kind of sleepy. I've been doing a lot lately. I'm not sleepy because I've been doing a lot. I do a lot all the time. I'm sleepy because I've been staying up late, and I don't do that all the time. 2 nights now. I stayed up past midnight. My bedtime is 10:30. I need my sleep. I'm gonna get that fixed today. Don't believe me? Just watch. All right. Peace out. See you tomorrow. Tomorrow we will talk about why I do not edit while I am drafting the trap. All right. Bye, y'all.